gamers all around the flat universe. I'll try to get into this and what's going on and what's happening in this, but a couple of days, I don't know when it was, weeks, 10 days, 15 days, I don't know, ago, there was a match where a player called King Cobra, a 6K Protoss, 6.1, 6.2K Protoss, beat Clem and Marine Lord. Spoilers, because that's not the point. I'm not here to cast games. And there was a lot of hate towards him. A lot of hate. And I even tweeted about this, and a lot of people thought that I tweeted about myself. I wasn't. I was tweeting about this because he got a lot of hate on forums. And I know what you're going to say. Like, who cares about what people think? Who cares about... I just found it sad, alright? There's this guy, right? He's been in the scene for a while. I don't know if he's full-time or not. But he's the guy that... He literally beat the best Terran in Europe in the foreign scene, right? And the way he did it was not what you think, right? I know a lot of you people think like, oh, he just fucking cheesed him, right? And that's what you're seeing here. But that's not the case. He beat them in both Marine Lord and Clem in a very interesting style. And we're here to check it out. I haven't watched these games. I just heard about them. And I know what strategy was used. And I wanted to show it to you guys and watch it together with you guys, alright? The only VOD of this that I was able to find, on YouTube at least, there's some on Twitch, was Alex casting it from, what's it called? The French, Gaming. So I'm casting the cast of a cast, right? Are you watching this series? Yes, Max, I am. I'm actually very curious because I haven't watched it. I don't know if you did, but I'm ready. So, I'm going to skip this first game. Because first game, again, King Cobra is a 6,000 MMR Protoss. Clem is 7,000, well, 7.2k more like Terran. And King Cobra went for proxy void rays. And, well, he lost, alright? He got wrecked. I'm going to skip through here. He did the all-in, and Clem just defended. You know, it's a 6k Protoss versus a 7-point-something-k Terran. It just didn't work out. But that's beside the point. We're going to jump into game number 2. And I'm sorry there's not going to be sound, because basically there's going to be Alex, aka, talking, you know, throughout it, so I don't want a double voice going on. Alright. So he's going Stargate. So you're probably thinking, how does the Protoss beat Terran that's over 1,000 MMR higher than him? He beat him. Are you ready for this? By rushing Sky Toss. And that's something that you guys know I love doing against Terran. I love it. I love it. Because it is such an uncommon strategy, right? How many people in Europe do it? Or even in StarCraft do it? Not many. Maybe like 3 people, right? Out of hundreds of Grandmasters players. So, everything he does here is weird because people are not used to it, right? Obviously, I have a little bit more experience with this because I have played Sky Toss quite a bit. And I have played Sky Toss and made Sky Toss work against Terran as well. But the MMR difference is something that a lot of people said, that's the only build in Gold League, right? I guess it's a full circle, right? It started in Gold League and ended up in GM. So, for those, yeah, I know you guys are joking in chat, but for those people that are like, I'm playing in, you know, Plastic 4 and actually this is the most common build. Listen, it's not, okay? People in Plastic 4 don't even know what they're doing, alright? Like, let's be honest, okay? People in Plastic 4 haven't seen a Phoenix. Like, let's just get that out of the way. So, what a lot of people said is that the only reason he won is because Protoss is OP and the matchup is bullshit and so on and so forth. And listen, as much as I do believe that there's no balance when there's 3 races involved. It's not really possible if you think about it. It's just so... There's so many things interacting with each other that a game with 3 races or more than 2 races or more than 1 race cannot really be balanced 100%, right? And that's fine. That's how the game is, and that's fine. But a lot of people are saying that the only reason he won is the balance. But that doesn't make any sense, because Clem is beating Protosses that are 7k, 6.8k all the time. So what happened here? And we're here to find that out. First of all, that shutdown on the push was rinsed. Like, he couldn't have played it better, right? He didn't lose any units there. He had a shield battery. He lifted the Cyclone. He dropped the Cyclone, swapped out the Phoenix so they don't die. And there, he played better, right? He defended well, lost nothing, and he's super far ahead, right? So just like when I do the build, right? You go into Robo, you go into a Robo Bay, and you start going into Colossus usually, and then you switch to Disruptors, right? You usually go like 2-3 Colossus and then Disruptors. You technically can go Disruptors instantly, but it's a bit riskier, I guess, because Colossus is like constant damage, and Disruptors are more like hit or miss, right? If you have 2 Disruptors and you miss with both, you're just gonna die. So here he's starting his path of tower defense, right? He's making cannons, he's making shield batteries, his third base is faster, he's giga ahead on workers because of that early game defense, and he's just going full macro. He's making more cannons, more gases. He only made 1 Colossus, which is interesting, because usually when I do this, I go 2-3 Colossus with range. But he actually just made 1 Colossus, so very small investment. So if Clem now goes for Reactor Vikings, he's only using them against 1 Colossus. And there's still Disruptors to worry about, and technically Vikings are going to be good against Sky, but he doesn't know that this is Sky Toss, right? Don't think he has seen it. The only thing he has seen right now is the Colossus and Phoenix on third, which there's actually quite a few builds that are popular where Protoss goes for like Phoenix into Colossus into third, and then just gateways and double forge and so on. Right, he might have, that's a good point. He might have skipped on the more Colossus because he saw that Clem is going for triple CC as well, and maybe thought that he doesn't need instant Colossus because Disruptors are better in the long run, right? Maybe, right? I don't know. I guess we'll see from the other games if he does the same thing or if he switches it up, but that does make sense. That's a good point. So, he's adding Fleet Beacon, and again, as someone who has experience with this, the best thing you can face is Terran going triple CC because there's no pressure on you. You can skip a lot of the Phoenixes, you can cut a lot of corners, and just go instantly into Sky Toss. Now he's adding Cybercore super fast, the second one, and he's getting air upgrades. Now this is super fast. Like, I usually stay on 1 Cybercore for a while, and I go into triple Stargate, but he chooses to go double Cybercore, double Stargate, and then 1 Robo. Which maybe I'm not managing my chrono boosts well enough, because I always, if I would have 2 Stargates, 1 Robo, I would be floating gas. But, you know, he perhaps found a way to manage it better, or maybe it's because he has double Cybercore, so the gas being spent ain't an issue. Alright, so with that all being said, I actually don't know if Clem knows that this is Sky Toss. Wait, what? Okay, I have never seen that before. I gotta pause here. He's going for double Nexus in his main base to be able to chrono boost more. I've actually never seen anyone do this, by the way, except him now. But it does make sense because you're gonna have a lot of extra minerals, right? And he already made cannons. So he's just doing this so he can produce his target units faster, because realistically, the biggest issue is actual production time. Like, carriers take a long fucking time, so does every air unit, so do the upgrades, right? I'm not, like, I get the point behind it, right? But my question is, why not just take another 2 bases and just cannon them up? Because look, he has 1.2k minerals. He could have placed those 2 Nexus on the 2 sides and just spent 1.2k minerals on cannons and batteries. So while the idea is interesting, is it needed? I don't know, right? But he did beat Clem, so maybe he does know, and I don't. But that is interesting. I'll give him that, because there is a benefit to double expanding, but there's also the negative side of it. The positive is if the Terran pushes the left side and you lose it, you can just abandon it because you only lost minerals, which you don't need as Skytoss. The negative is you're splitting yourself too much, so you're easier to take damage, right? You're easier to get harassed by the Terran. Also, the one thing that I find interesting is he puts his cannons very far out, and I put them very close to my Nexus, which is probably my mistake. I think what he's doing is way better, because you give yourself more space to work with. Protoss is about to get 3-3. He's 3-2 right now, and Terran is starting +2 weapons on ship and has 1 armor on his Vikings. So this is like over upgraded Protoss army. Now, if you look at this from spectator point of view, the Protoss should push now, right? He's making more Phoenix. The Protoss should push now because he has massive upgrade lead. He has 4 upgrade lead against Terran unit, against Sky units, air units from Terran, and he has 2 upgrade lead over ground units. So he should definitely just go for it now. But obviously, you know, it's easier to spectate and say what someone should do than actually play the game. He also stopped at 5 disruptors, which is interesting. And he's also expanding very slowly, which I find a bit confusing, and I do think that he can be expanding a lot faster. Like, again, he has 3.2k minerals. There's no reason to not expand. Okay, here we go with the battles. I find it interesting that he made more Phoenix, by the way. He had 6 and then he made 4 more. I don't know what the reason for that is, to be honest. Like, Phoenix, like, I don't know. Why wouldn't you have, like, more Tempests or something? Obviously, there's no Storm in this army. He's making more Phoenix. I'm actually confused by that. I guess because Phoenix can maybe give chase a little bit. I'm not sure, but he's remaking them, so he probably thinks they're good. He gets that base, right? Terran can't really engage into this. He has too many ground units, Terran, and there's only 5 disruptors, but they're gonna keep that ground army in check. I would even love if you put some cannons on the middle, just as like a control point that Terran can push into. But Clem's army is... That's the point. What do you build against this? Even if you go battle cruisers, by the way. The problem is you cannot... So a lot of people would say, like, why doesn't there just go battle cruisers, you know? The problem is you can't, because if you try to skip all the army and just go battle cruisers, the Protoss would kill you with carriers. He's recalling. Okay, I guess he's gonna attack on the other side. So you can't just go battlecruiser. You're gonna have to go into like Thor, Marine, Ghost, Viking, and then BCs. But at that point, you invested so much money into Vikings that, you know, I mean, look at the bank, right? This is the real issue. Clem is putting a lot of infrastructure down. The Vikings are actually kind of... It's so weird. I've never seen people going Vikings against, like, Phoenix. This many Phoenix. His whole army got EMP'd. He trades, right? And this wasn't really that great of a trade for Skytoss. He probably traded worse. But he has the bank, right? And the Terran doesn't. So, technically... Clem traded better, but because his economy, I don't know why he has no economy. That's the weird part, because I feel like King Cobra mined less, but he actually has a bigger. Oh, he doesn't see that observer. He has a way bigger bank. So now the thing is, Clem is all in, right? And a lot of people will say, like, that doesn't make, like, how is he all in? It's like 20 minutes into the game. He's remaking on Vikings. He's not going battlecruisers. And even if he kills the Skytos army, you don't really want Vikings to be your go-to army to clean up everything else, right? So he is fully committed to Vikings because, like I said, if they both drop to 160 and Clem start making battle cruisers, his gameplay would slow down and he would potentially die. But because King Cobra is just making air units, he can continue to do so. Right? He's not risking anything. The only thing he needs to know is what Clem is going for. And if Clem is going for like battle cruisers, he should go more Tempest. If Clem is going for Vikings, you can go more carriers. So he's using some, recall tactics. And now his army on the left side is pushing. And again, this is another thing that's not really common. He's like split pushing with Tempests and carriers on the other side, which I'm not sure if I agree with that. And the reason for that is what's happening right here. He's losing Tempest. He might actually win. Alright, never mind. And again, Clem is so far behind because Clem is putting these turrets that, it's like, it's 100 minerals, it's going to slow down the Protoss. But the problem is, look, he can't remax, right? He's slowly falling farther and farther behind. And King Cobra is just slowly, or he was expanding much slower than Clem was. And he's slowly kind of, getting bigger and bigger bank. So if at this point King Cobra throws away his whole army for 50 supply of Clem, he is still ahead. Right? That's the thing, he's still ahead. Look, he's rinsing the turrets here. Clem was on the bottom side. He's gonna kill everything. I don't know if he has a recall. Yeah, he just recalls. He's like, I'm out of here. Later. There's something attacking on the bottom side. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, it's probes. And now look at his army. He has no Tempests. And I'm kind of worried that, he might get kited. But this amount of carriers, dude, they melt. He's using recall on the Nexus, by the way, and then Mothership. Or he used Mothership recall, and then recall on the Nexus to try and snipe bases. Which is pretty interesting. You see the Mothership there roaming around. And honestly, in this situation, I would love if you just did front, like a forward cannon rush, basically, at this point with shield batteries. Because it gives them like a bonus defense at certain points so the Terrans cannot overrun him. Okay, they're engaging here. Like, he's sniping carriers, right? If you look at the supply, he sniped some carriers. Clem didn't lose much, right? But the bank ain't moving. He recalls. Oh god, look at that recall. It's right behind that base. He's gonna try to repair, but trust me, there's no repairing on that. Yeah, he's just rinsing everything, right? He made the mistake twice of going for the Nexus. Because it didn't work either time. This is why I'm kind of... I really like adding Tempest with this kind of army. Oh, he's missed my crane there. He doesn't have recall. I really like Tempest with this kind of army because the moment the Terran starts running, the Tempest will get a lot of shots at the army and snipe quite a few Vikings. There's more games to go. Okay, he snipes a bunch of missile turrets here and then recalls here, and now he can recall to his Nexus on the right side, which is pretty cool play, right? I wish he would target fire the SCVs down though. Okay, Clem is now trying Liberators. Recall? That's actually funny. And now he's gonna recall back on the top. Look, 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 look. I don't know if he has the energy. No, he has 91 energy, so he can recall soon. He's trying Liberators, which is not a bad idea. Liberators are actually surprisingly really, really good against Interceptors. And the thing is, this amount of carriers, technically Vikings should win, but when the interceptors shoot, like they melt the Vikings so fast. Like he's just standing there. And what's happening? Right? He's losing. He's trading. And you might think like, oh, this is terrible for Protoss, right? But it isn't. Look at the bank. He is out. I think he should run here though. I think this is a bit too greedy to stay. Because he doesn't even have interceptors. Yeah, he should definitely run here. He needs to wait for his carriers to remake. So this was a mistake that Cobra did this game. The one mistake that I can say, like, this is clearly a mistake. He's back to the bottom side. He's rinsing through missile turrets. And suddenly, Protoss is 190 supply almost, and Terran is 130 supply. The weirdest part about all of this to me is the fact that he is not doing the usual Protoss thing, which is just like go for the kill. He's actually actively avoiding the Terran army, and he's just killing buildings. Which I've never tried. But it looks really cool. Look, he's scanning already. Like he's like, I know what's going on. Yeah, this is gonna be the last battle. Now he has Void Rays, which I also find interesting, just like adding Phoenix. He added some Tempest as well, which I do like. Oh! Oh, that was funny. Look what happened. That was funny as fuck. So he gets it. Look at this. He gets a Nova. He's shooting another Nova. So Clem gets under the carriers so that King Cobra doesn't see him. And then Clem, by EMPing the Protoss' army, EMPs his own ghost, and then the ghosts die. Hello. I guess Voiders are pretty good at giving like chase to the Vikings. But you don't want too many of them, I feel like. And now he's just gonna rinse him. 6k Protoss versus 7k Terran. Now, let's check the game number 3. I would say, like that game, Clem was just behind from the start because he got rinsed. Like he got defended super well, super efficient. And then from then on out, he was behind. Cobra just kind of identified that Clem is not going for a push. He skipped Colossus, except one. He didn't make too many disruptors. And he just teched up like super fast. And nothing was ever done to him. And then what usually people do as a Protoss, they go for kind of head-on battles, but he actively avoided it, which is usually what the Terran does, right? The Terran usually splits their army and tries to snipe your Nexus and so on. But in this game, the Protoss did that. And I gotta say, again, I haven't seen too many people do that. And I do, like, you know, I do think that if they played again, Clem would win, right? Because he has more information on him, and this is a very specific playstyle. But I don't think it's, like, reaching to say that Clem has probably never faced, not necessarily Sky Toss, but that kind of Sky Toss play, where you do recalls and you do, well, double recall actually and stuff like that. So Clem again is going for one base opener. A reminder that Clem did get Proxy Voider all in game 1, which he won. So I'm not sure if he's opening with one base because he thinks he's a better player and he just wants to be safe or what. But not sure what the case is. But currently the economy is actually not looking too great for King Cobra because he's only one worker ahead, and that's not good for Protoss. Because I think he delayed his base a little bit. I think he went Phoenix, Stargate first, and then Nexus. So let's see. There's the Phoenix. There's the Robo. coming up, right? Double shield battery. And he's just preparing for the push, but Clem decides to go back. I'm just skipping these parts because I don't want to, spend 4 hours in this VOD. There's the Colossus. And now we're going to see, because Clem did not go for the third CC now. He's going for more barracks. So now we'll see if he went one Colossus into Disruptors because of what he scouted or because he does it every time. Okay, so he's doing extended thermal lens. So because Clem is going for 2 base push, he is going for more Colossus and extended, They did play again King Cobra versus Clem and Clem crushed him. Right, because the MMR difference is there. There's no doubt about that Clem is better, right? That's not even a question. I just wanted to see exactly what King Cobra did, and also I wanted to see, did he win because Protoss is OP, or did he win because Clem didn't play as well, or King Cobra maybe played well? And I gotta say, the second game, I wouldn't say Clem played awful, and King Cobra played like mediocre and he won. I thought he played really well. I thought he made some good decisions, right? He had interesting playstyle that Clem clearly has not seen before because he did not deal with it well at all. Oh god, I hate when this happens in my games. Wait, so King Cobra actually in this game goes for Phoenix? But then he went into Colossus Gateway units. I didn't even pay attention. Oh, that's not good for Terran. Uh-oh, lift the tanks. Lifting the tanks and then letting the Colossus do all the work. So he's not even winning here with Skytoss. He just rinsed him. He got mind gamed so hard. He got mind gamed so hard because first game he goes proxy void rays. Clem went for fast expand. Second game, Clem opens one base. King Cobra is like prepared for it and defends it and goes Skytoss. Third game, Clem goes for one base, fakes the push to force an overreaction from Cobra, which he didn't really do. He made an extra shield battery, which is not a lot. But then, because he went Skytoss previous game, he went for Colossus Gateway 2 base push this game, because he saw that Clem is going for 2 base push, and I'm assuming that Clem was trying to counter the Skytoss. And he literally just walked into the Protoss army all-inning him while he was trying to push against the Protoss army. Because Clem wasn't doing an all-in, he was just doing a 2 base push. And I mean, this engagement is terrible, right? The 3 Cyclones are completely worthless. Like, they don't add anything. They would be really good versus Skytoss, right? If it was. The 5 Vikings are... I mean, the Colossus only need to kill Marines. After that, they can die. And then you have 3 tanks that got lifted up. So the only army that was actively shooting was Marines, and they got completely melted. He even has an Immortal that's just battering through Cyclones. Wow. I don't think that Clem lost that unfairly in any way. Like, I don't know, what is your guys' opinion? I don't think that's like, oh, it was imbalanced, it was this, it was that. I do think that he made some good decisions. And that he did deserve to win. Again, Clem is a better player, and someone said that they played again and Clem beat him. Which again makes sense, but it's kind of sad. Like let's call him an up and coming player, right? And he has this great win, and all people do is just like bald and mauled how he's like abusing Protoss and stuff like that. Like, listen, I mean, okay, he's playing now against Marine Lord, by the way. This is the next series that just goes from the Clem into this one. Marine Lord is like 6'8", 6'9" K player, by the way. It's just weird because the first thing people jump into is like, oh, he won. The Protoss must be OP because there's no way he played well. You know what I mean? And it's just so weird. Like, you know when I played against Max the first time, And I was like, whoa, what is this guy doing? And I, you know, checked out and stuff like that. And Max at the time was lower rated player than me by quite a bit. And I never said at any point, like, oh, Protoss is OP, that's why that guy won, right? Like, instead of people being like, holy shit, there's this 6k Protoss that rinse clam with Sky Toss. Instead of celebrating that, you know? People are like mauling because their favorite player, I guess, lost. It's just weird. And if Sky Toss was so OP and shit, right? Wouldn't every Protoss just do it and get free wins? Anyway, so this game, Marine Lord goes for proxy double Rax Reaper, gets scouted, one Rax gets cancelled and one SCV gets killed. And now King Cobra is doing double gate proxy. Oh god, he is misreading this. Oh no, he's doing double gate proxy. And Marine Lord think this is Stargate. That is funny. Cyclone going deep. Is he actually gonna kill it? Oh, he's gonna lose Cyclone. Yep, that's game over. That is so funny, dude. He's preparing against Stargate because Stargate proxy is common, right? Probably the most common. But he's just getting 3 gated in PvT. That warping was a little bit too forward. He might still win, a Marine Lord, but I guess we'll see. So Protoss is expanding now. Terran just started. Like, just started. Oh. Force field? Oh, dude, that force field is either gonna fail or this is gonna be the nastiest fucking loss for Marine Lord. If he dips down and gets force fielded, that's it. He still didn't scout the gateways. And he's going into Stargate. If I'm Terran, like, this is such a shit position. Look, he's scouting with shades. Like, when I play Terran and I get into this position, it's just such a shit position. Like, you have your whole army is 3 Cyclones. That's it, right? You can't move out because there's a sentry. So now he needs to make a siege so he can slowly push out. And it's going to be a while before you start producing Marines, because now he's going to probably add reactor onto these barracks. Yeah, reactor coming up. And the Protoss is already mining. Uh-oh, he's not paying attention. Oof. Is he going to get it? He got it, lol. He got the sentry. Alright. So, shield battery. Now, the scary part is there are 3 Cyclones, but he has Phoenix, right? So, he actually is skipping Robo. Oh, this is not a good push for Marine Lord. I don't think this is going to work. Uh-oh. But dude, he scouted the Stargate. He knows that there's a Stargate. Why is he pushing up? He's about to lose everything. That is a bad decision for Marine Lord. I mean, that is just... Oh god, and King Cobra doesn't realize he can just fucking kill him. Tempest coming out. If you actually chased him down, you could have just killed him. Or at least lifted the Cyclones, maybe killed one by one. But I guess he's gonna play passive. This is super risky though. Because also, Cobra stopped making Phoenix. If he made like 2 more, he would have 6 Phoenix versus 4 Cyclones. Okay, Marine Lord is gonna do a bunker rush. And you know what? You know what tanks and bunker rush ain't good against, guys? It's Tempest. Like, I haven't watched these games, but I can tell you this ain't gonna work, Chief. I would maybe build another shield battery or 2. Yeah, he instantly fucking goes back. He's like, oh, I ain't playing against that. There's 2 zealots in the natural. Alright. Probably killed a worker or 2. Don't think those 10 workers are all from... Then... Okay, he's just producing Tempest this time. Which, the part that I find interesting is the part where he is not making a Robo yet. Maybe he thinks that Robo is too late at this point. Protoss has a 3rd Nexus. Is making some tower defense. 6 Cyclones. With Magfield, by the way. Alright. A little drop over here. Rinsed. Yeah, you definitely like don't really want to do drops like this, by the way, against Skytoss. You're just gonna get picked off and lose the army. Like, unless you do a big drop with maybe some like Widow Mines with Cloak, it's usually not a great idea, and you're just gonna end up getting rinsed if you do this. Oh, hold on, sorry. Let's see the battle. He's fighting in shield battery range, and he's healing a fudge ton. Like, he actually needs to kill the Cyclones, and then just lift up the Mariners. Oh, there's a shield battery right there. You just run. Like, clock is ticking for Marine Lord, because these Tempests are gonna kill everything. It's just a matter of time if he can actually kill the Nexus or something. He should probably just suicide into Nexus. Yeah. Alright. Good little trade. So now what I was talking about, this is the opposite of what Clem did, right? Clem was staying back, and he was, you know, going for the late game. Meanwhile, Marine Lord is playing super aggressive. Now, the problem with this kind of super aggressive play is, great, he got the Nexus, right? He killed a couple of Tempest. Now, the problem is, look at the Marauders and Siege Tanks. Those are not real units, right? The only real units he has are the Marines and Vikings, because Marauders and Tanks ain't gonna do shit against carriers. So even though it looks the supply is even, it's not really even. Protoss is ahead. Which is why if you decide to go for this kind of play where you push, see, he can't push now. If you decide to go for this kind of play, you're very, very all in and committed to your cause, right? Now he's producing pure Viking and Marines. He has no medevacs, no chance to drop, no healing and no sustain. So when he does attack, if he does attack, it's gonna be like a one pump chump, you know? He's just gonna go for it, and he's either gonna melt Protoss army, or if he has to sim the second time, he's gonna lose everything. He's poking around. I really don't like this attack. That's all. He's gonna get rinsed. He needs to go near skill batteries though, for this to work. Yeah, go near skill. Like this, he's just gonna get rinsed completely. Like, he lost a carrier or 2, but Marine Lord just lost like 10 Vikings there. And he can just chase him now. He can actually just chase him all the way to his main base and kill everything he has. Look, he's trying to find the army. I would just chase that shit. Skill it, it's free. What is he gonna do? Marine Lord is going on this side. He has recall, so he should kill that army. Yep, there it is. Perfect play. Perfect. And this ain't looking good, Chief. He has Phoenix. He can lift up the Vikings, which is funny. He's not gonna chase, alright. So Marine Lord is transitioning to battlecruisers. Now this is one of those things that I was talking about earlier. If Marine Lord goes battlecruisers, oh, he's going Ravens, alright. But if he went battlecruisers, and if King Cobra saw that, he can attack him and kill him. Because tech switching at this point is, in a way, very risky and perhaps even too late. Oh yeah, Pure Marine versus carriers. Marines are trying to... They're not going for interceptors, they're just going for carriers. Oh, disruptor, boop. Later. Look at the supply. Look at the supply. You see that? And I don't know if King Cobra at this point even realizes how far ahead he is. Because sometimes when you get attacked all the time, it's hard to say if you should be attacking or you know, staying back or whatever. But what he probably does know is that this kind of late game situation favors him because he's more comfortable in it than the Terrans. Because if he plays like this every PvT, then he's going to have way more experience. So the thing is, the 6k to 7k MMR difference is like he's here with skill, the Terrans are here. But the problem is, they never play against this, right? So their skill is lowered and his is higher, right? So it kind of evens out because he has way more experience with this and Terrans don't. Like, trust me, not many people do this strat. Not many people rush Sky Toss against Terran. Especially at like Clems or Marine Lords level. Like Beastyqt playing mech in the old days, that's right. Mech was garbage. If you can imagine, mech was more garbage than it is today. But I was winning because no one ever played mech and no one got a lot of practice against mech. Meanwhile, I was practicing against then bio noobs all the time. GG. I mean, again, I feel like he just played better. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't see anything that's like, oh, that was OP. Like, he scouted the proxy, he denied the proxy, he did a counter push that didn't even do too well, to be honest, right? With a 3 gate, and he still came out ahead there. Oh, now he's going for full cheddar cheese. Now he is going for full cheddar, baby. Oh, there it is, brother. There it is. I gotta say, I did see King Cobra. He did it against Clem as well in the first game. But King Cobra does this interesting Void Ray Rush proxy variation. He doesn't do the standard million shield batteries and only Void Rays. He actually goes like 2 or 3 gate Void Ray. And then he makes a bunch of adepts with Void Rays and he doesn't make as many shield batteries. And then he just keeps shading inside and he basically skips the Terran defense with adepts and then just flies into Void Rays. Which I'm actually not sure if it's better or worse, but again, it's one of those things where he does this way of Void Ray rushing. His opponents don't deal with it too much. Because again, I've seen him do that, maybe another Protoss or two. Not too many people. So it doesn't matter if that Void Ray rush variation is better or worse, no one's doing it. So it's better because he's well practiced with it and his opponents aren't. Like doing a non-optimized build and non-optimized playstyle is sometimes better because people playing against it won't know what they're supposed to do. And once they learn, it's worse, right? But you can grab a win here and there. So see, look at this, only 2 batteries. And what he does is he breaks the wall and then just shades in. And what you can actually do is you can shade on top right, or you can just shade on top of Cyclones and just kill them. Oh, okay, he's gonna go for the Cyclones. Look, boom. Voiders are coming in, and Adepts are just going like brrr on the Cyclones, right? And the funny thing is, he's not even chasing the Cyclones. He just parked himself above the production. What is he gonna die to? Look, Viking comes out, boom, another Viking. It's so messy and it looks stupid, but it works. So yeah, I don't know. I think people shouldn't really like flame someone that wins players with different kind of strategies. I mean, I never got like flamed for playing mech in Wings of Liberty or Heart of the Swarm because it was just like no one did it, and I was high MMR. And I think the only reason people are flaming him is because he's low MMR. Like, if I don't know if Max is still in the chat, but if Max did this strategy, no one would bat an eye. You know what I mean? Everyone would be like, wow, that was the most innovative thing, dude. That was insane. I love it, right? But because King Cobra's 6k MMR is lower than these guys, that's why he got a lot of, you know, If he won, that means he won because of imbalance, not because he played better. So, I don't know. Element surprise is powerful. Yeah, and again, hey, I'm saying it again. If they played again, whether it's Marine Lord or whether it's Clem, I do think that they would beat him. Which would directly, right, link that the reason he won isn't because of balance, because if it was balance, he would win again, right? The reason he won is because they didn't know how to play against this. They played it incorrectly. He played it well. He actually played it really well. He only made one mistake in the second game against Clem. Everything else I thought he played almost perfect. Not to, and this is from spectator point of view. Not to mention if you're in game, it's hard to see things and to say things, so it's a lot harder to make decisions. Tell us how to play against it? Never. I will protect Sky Protoss at all costs. Because I love doing it. I love doing it. I'm gonna farm Terrans. Like when I did the Protoss back to pro gaming, I literally had like 95% winner against Terrans with this. There is a counter. Not a lot of people know the counter. Let's just say the counter is not what you expect. Do you think Tempest Rush is better than Void? No, I think Void Ray Rush is better. I think Void Ray into Tempest is better. Thors, 3 racks, Mass Marines. I mean, those are all expected things, right? You gotta think more outside the box. And really think why you can't defeat Skytoss. Let me ask you this. A lot of you say Marines Thors. So if you go Mass Marine, why do you lose against Skytoss, right? Mass Marine should beat carriers in Tempest. So why do you lose? Let me get you guys to the conclusion. High Templar, there's no High Templars in any of these games. Tower defense, right? Disruptor, Colossus, right? Okay, you guys are onto something. Okay, what counters those 3 things? What counters Disruptors, Colossus, Cannons, Shield Batteries, and High Templars? Liberators, Ravens? No. Liberators will get killed because Tempests have bonus range against air units. The real answer is what Bro and Tilf said in the chat. It's siege tanks. The real counter to this playstyle, as someone who has played against it and with it, is literally 6 racks off of 3 base, Mass Marine, 0 Vikings, Medivacs, and triple factory siege tank. You know what you do? Imagine here there's like 9-10 siege tanks like this. And there's like 50 Marines. You kill all the interceptors, you ignore the Tempest damage. Phoenix don't do anything. There's too many siege tanks to lift, so them lifting won't do anything. They're not gonna do shit against Marines. And you basically siege up in the range of the Nexus, and you just kill all the interceptors with Marines, and you kill all the static defense. Disruptors can't shoot against Marines because they're siege tanks. And the Tempest DPS is not actually high enough to push back the Terran army before you lose the base. So the Terran will out-macro you while continuously killing your Disruptors and Interceptors, which in return will make it so you don't have minerals, and you're going to lose the game. That's actually the counter. I'm not even joking. And neither Clem or Marine Lord knew this. I have a question. Why specifically 6 racks and not other numbers? Because off of 3 base, you can support 3 factories, 1 starport, and 6 barracks building Marines. Do you build medevacs? Yes, you do. You basically want to sustain enough to kill the interceptors, kill the Nexus, and get out or push through if you're getting farther and farther ahead. You don't really want to be going for... You can build missile turrets, but you don't need them. That's what the Marines are for. Trust me, if you ever play against this, try Marine Siege Tank. It's so silly, and you would think it wouldn't work. It does work. It works actually insanely well. Don't get baited into going Cyclones. Cyclones are terrible against this. Don't get baited into going Thors. Thor Marine Viking is fucking awful against this. The Disruptors are gonna clean up Thors like this. You're gonna clean up Marines, and your Vikings are gonna be left over against carriers and you're gonna get melted. It does not work. Sometimes the counters to stuff isn't the stuff that shoots it. It's the stuff that shoots what supports it. That's a big brain. Whenever you want to counter something, right? Think about what counters it. And if you, for example, this is how you can learn a lot about StarCraft. Let's say there are zealots that are giving you trouble. What counters zealots? Widow mines, right? So if you're Protoss, you're gonna say, okay, he has widow mines, but I'm making zealots. So what do I make? You make Colossus or Disruptors to get rid of widow mines. So then if you're Terran, you say, okay, the widow mines are counting the zealots, and then he's making Colossus. So what do I go against it? You go Vikings, right? That's how the countering of the units works. So even though the guy is heavily focused on zealots, aka Skytoss in this case, you need to kill the support units so your widow mines can actually do damage. And that's how the game works. Now, obviously, this is a very simple example, and StarCraft 2 as a whole is way more complicated. But certain units only serve the purpose of allowing your main units to basically deal damage to whatever he's making, and either by killing them or EMPing them or whatever. So, yeah. That's how it is, brother. Anyway, gamers, Women is about to arrive from Belgrade. So I'm going to be heading offline. She's probably going to arrive any moment now. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream today. We did some Rise of Nations. We did some StarCraft. I'll be back tomorrow with some Cloak to Grandmaster. Check out my YouTube channel if you haven't. Check out my Clips channel. Dude, can I just show you? Like, let me just show you this thing, dude. Let me just show you this thing right now. So I made Beastyqt Clips channel 3 weeks ago. Look at this. We started here, right? 6K, 7K, right? 7K views, not bad. 6K, 5K, 6K, 6K, 7K, 9K, 8.5, 8.4, 9.3, 10K, 12K, 13K, 13K, 16K, 15K, 16K, 17K, 18K, 15K, 9, 34, 21, 16, 26K, 21K, 18K, 25, 20. Like, what are we, guys? Come on. Listen, let's take a little sneak peek what came out today. Let's take 2 sneak peeks, okay? Let's take 2 sneak peeks before I go offline. Check this. You ready for this? Are you ready for this? I mean, come on, guys. That's literally burning hot. Like, burning hot. Do you wanna hear me explain how good my ZVZ is? You know those YouTube channels like 5-minute crafts where you like take a piece of poo and you take a chewing gum and you make a machine gun, right? And it's like, oh look, it's, you know? And then you try it and it just doesn't work. That's my CVZ. What do you not understand about that? I mean, listen, let me show you another one, all right? I mean, guys, this is the fresh out of the oven clips, all right? Look at this. Let me remove the webcam. Look at this Chad Pumper. Look at this. Uh-huh. Yeah. Little sensor tower. Okay. A little defending the drop. Oh. Oh. What? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. Oh. Whoa. Oh, my God. Oh, my Jesus. That's what I'm talking about, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Check it out. Amazing. Beastyqt clips. Wow. Check out also my main YouTube channel. But I'm gonna go offline, boys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow.